In this lesson, we'll explore the posting options inside of Mastercam. Now to start, you need to select the various operations that you wish to post. So for example, if you only want to post this one operation, then ensure that only this one operation is selected. In this case, I'm going to select them all and post them all. Now it will not do anything with the stock model, so it will ignore that since that is not an operation that generates G-code. It will also ignore any toolpaths that have the ghosted symbol on it. In this case, none of them do, but it is important to note that this function does exist. So with all the toolpaths selected, I go right up to the G1 button, which is Post Selected Operations. Now the first thing it shows in the post-processing dialog box is the post we're using. Now this post is grayed out because it's tied to our machine definition and control definition, and this was selected early on when we chose a machine to program on. I'm going to tell it to generate the NC file, and I'm going to tell it to edit the file. What this will do is this will actually display the end result of the G-code on the screen in the case where I wanted to edit it. I'm also going to tell it to ask, which will prompt me for a file name. And the extension of this G-code is .nc. Now I could also output the NCI file, which for most cases is not needed. However, for troubleshooting and for post-development, this is an option as well, as you can see the results of the intermediate NCI file that gets generated in Mastercam. For now, I'll post just the NC file, and I'll click Edit and click OK. So it prompts me for a file name. I'll just accept the default and replace what's there. And now the post processor will take the toolpath motion from Mastercam and convert it into output G-code that we'll then see on the screen. And it will load up in Code Expert, which is Mastercam's code tool to display and edit any G-code. As you can see, we have color coding here, and the green is for comments. So as an example, for toolpath number 1, we had a comment called Dynamic Mill Rough. That's where those comments come in handy. You can remove the comments if you wish. You can also insert block numbers and remove block numbers. You can simply go to a specific line or block number if you wish. And you can also navigate to the next tool. So for example, this is tool 10, which is our first operation. And we go through the next few tools and we can see them here. We can also scroll back to the top, and you'll notice here at the bottom, we have the option for Find Extents. So this is telling me exactly the highest value in Z and the lowest value in Z that the tool will be going. This is very useful because if you know that you're cutting, for example, above Z0, and you see a value here that's below Z0, then you may have to investigate as you may have a problem. You'll also notice that the color coding applies to the toolpath motion as well. So all of our red moves are the Z values, and our G code is listed in green. And then we have our X's in blue and our Y's in brown. And of course, these colors are customizable as well, but it does help understanding exactly what colors go with what. We have some other options up here like syncs and multi-stream display. These apply to mill turn style toolpaths where you may have more than one stream in the file. On the view menu here, you can see we can create workspaces, and if we have multiple G-codes, we can tile them vertically or horizontally for comparing. And we also have some other options like Machine Explorer and Properties, which apply more to advanced G-code results, similar to what we might see in mill turn environments. You can also go to the File Open. You can see here that we have a variety of file types that we can open. So this Code Expert is the last step to generate your G-code before sending it to the machine. And this is your opportunity to take a look and see if what you see here is expected, and if not, you could always go back to Mastercam, make changes, and then repost out the G-code.